The San Francisco bicyclist killed in a deadly collision with a semi-truck has been identified. This is her picture, 24-year-old Amélie LeMoullac. She died when she was struck by that truck making a turn at the intersection of 6th and Folsom Streets in San Francisco. The truck driver did stop and cooperate with police. That accident is still under investigation.
I heard about a bicyclist getting killed in San Francisco on the morning news the day that it happened. And they hadn't released names, but anytime there's a bicyclist involved in a fatal crash, it resonates with me and it sticks with me. And I remember kind of feeling it all day long, actually. The next day, I got a telephone call from Jessie Jewett, who I had known and represented in the past, and she told me, unfortunately, it was Amélie. Once I got the initial police report, it faulted Amélie, and unbelievably said that she drove her bike into the back of a 35-foot delivery truck.
They're trying to show that she accelerated and tried to race the truck, and basically it was her fault because she had impacted the truck rather than the truck impacting her. They had an expert, and of course you can have an expert in just about anything. The expert, of course, opined it was all her fault. Yes.
So the defense theory of the case was that Amélie was trying to beat this closing gap between this truck and the curb as she was approaching this intersection. And what they used to try to bolster that is their driver's testimony that he was merging into the bike lane instead of cutting across it right at the intersection. And so we had an accident reconstruction that used photogrammetry and did a laser scan of the intersection, and what it actually showed in matching it up to the surveillance video was that Mr. Alcantar, the driver, had actually cut across the bike lane. And that really supported our position that Amélie had no reason to know that this person would break the law by making an unsafe turn.
We'd gone to mediation at the defendant's request. We flew Mr. LeMoullac from France to attend because they demanded that he attend, and they made nominal offers, which is, one of those frustrating things about going to mediation, but it happens. The negotiations were really kind of one-sided. We had said, this is our number, and we're going to try the case against this number, and the defense kept incrementally increasing their offers. Either right before trial or once trial had officially started, they came up to $2 million, which...
with Bob was that you have to take the person and who's no longer with you and really show a jury what this person was, not just as they are at the time of the event, but as historically. For a child, it's pictures of the baby, the toddler, the kid going to 6th grade, and all these things are embodied in that loss. And so, I think it's really important to focus on. Well, there's a couple of things that struck me that the defendant, who is well coached, I asked him what he thought. What he had seen her. He had seen her in the bike lane, and then he had to go around some other vehicles. And I said, well, what did you think about her? What were your thoughts about her in the intervening several seconds before you started to make your approach to the right turn? He says, I didn't think about her at all. It was just, that was the one thing where he kind of slipped up on it. We used that, of course, to our advantage on the line.
So the most satisfying part of the verdict, I think, for everyone involved was the finding of no comparative fault against Amélie. It was such a hard-fought issue where the defendant was accepting zero responsibility and asked the jury for a defense verdict. So that was the moment when the jury was reading the verdict that I felt the chills going through me, and it was very satisfying, and I know it was for the family as well.
The jury awarded Jessie Jewett $3 million, and they awarded Denny LeMoullac $1 million. We beat our 998 for Miss Jewett, and we got above the defendant's 998 for Mr. LeMoullac. The parents...
Well, I was really proud of the people I worked with. Michael Liberty did an outstanding job. Jeremy did a great job. Anthony label for my office, as a side, was there all the time, kind of giving his interpretation, which is very valuable. And I was really proud of the way we worked together. More than anything, that was what brought us, really brought us to the ultimate conclusion.